Once upon a time, in a lush forest filled with tall trees and vibrant flowers, there lived a little squirrel named Sammy. Sammy was smaller than all the other squirrels, but he had the bravest heart in the entire forest. Every day, Sammy would venture out of his cozy nest and explore the world around him, always curious and eager to learn. One sunny day, as Sammy was foraging for acorns, he heard a soft cry for help. Following the sound, he found a baby bird that had fallen out of its nest. The tree it had fallen from was the tallest in the forest, and all the other animals were too afraid to climb it. But not Sammy. Without a second thought, he picked up the baby bird gently in his tiny paws and began the climb. The journey up the tree was not easy. The wind howled and the branches swayed, but Sammy kept going, determined to reunite the baby bird with its family. About halfway up, a strong gust of wind nearly knocked Sammy off the branch. He held on tight, using all his strength and courage. Finally, after what seemed like hours, Sammy reached the nest. The baby bird's family chirped joyously at their reunion, grateful to Sammy for his bravery. As Sammy made his way back down, the entire forest buzzed with the news of his courageous act. The other animals who had once underestimated him because of his size, now looked at Sammy with newfound respect. From that day on, Sammy the squirrel was known as the bravest animal in the forest. He had shown everyone that it wasn't the size of the creature that mattered, but the size of their heart.
Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a boy named Leo with his loving parents. Leo was no ordinary boy, he was exceptionally intelligent and curious about the world around him. He had a knack for solving puzzles, inventing gadgets, and asking questions that no one else could answer. One peaceful evening, as the golden sun set behind the hills, Leo sat in his room surrounded by books filled with stories of great inventors, explorers, and scientists. His parents, Maria and Tom, were in the kitchen preparing dinner. Maria was a kind-hearted teacher, and Tom was a wise and hard-working carpenter. They both cherished Leo's curiosity and supported his love for learning. One day, Leo discovered a mysterious old book in Tom's workshop. The book had a peculiar lock, and despite his best efforts, Leo couldn't open it. Determined and intrigued, he decided to create a device that could unlock it. After many trials and errors, he crafted a clever little tool that finally opened the book. Inside, he found a treasure map. Excited, Leo showed the map to his parents. With their blessing, and after packing some snacks and a flashlight, Leo set off on an adventure to uncover the treasure. The map led him through the village, into the woods, and finally to a hidden cave. In the cave, Leo encountered a series of challenges that tested his intelligence and courage. He solved riddles etched into stone walls, navigated through a maze, and even invented a device to cross a small underground river. At the end of the cave, he found an ancient chest filled with not just gold and jewels, but also books filled with knowledge and old inventions. Leo realized that the true treasure was not the gold, but the knowledge and history preserved in those books. He returned home with the chest, and his parents shared in his joy and wonder. Together, they read the books and learned about the inventions of the past. Leo's discovery inspired the whole village, and he became known as the boy who unlocked not just a chest of treasure, but also the door to endless learning and wisdom. From that day on, Leo continued to explore and invent, his parents always by his side, cheering him on. And every night, as Leo went to bed, he dreamed of new adventures waiting to be discovered, knowing that the world was full of mysteries just waiting for a brilliant mind like his to unravel.
Once, in a busy town, there was a little puppy named Max. Max was very curious and loved to explore. One day, while chasing a butterfly, Max wandered far from home and got lost. Max felt scared and alone. He missed his family and didn't know how to get back. A kind cat named Whiskers saw Max and asked, "Are you lost?" Max nodded. Whiskers said, "Don't worry, I'll help you find your way home." Whiskers and Max walked through the town together. Whiskers asked other animals if they had seen Max's home. Finally, a wise old owl told them where Max lived. Max was overjoyed and followed Whiskers to his house. When Max saw his family, he ran to them with happiness. His family was so relieved and thanked Whiskers for helping Max. Max learned to be more careful while exploring and made a new friend in Whiskers.
Once upon a time in a cozy little house, lived Mommy and her baby girl Emma. The sun peeked through the curtains, and the birds sang a gentle wake-up song. Mommy and Emma stretched and yawned, ready for a day full of adventures at home. They started their morning with a delicious breakfast. Mommy made Emma's favorite, banana pancakes cut into fun shapes. Emma giggled as she saw the little stars, hearts, and moons on her plate. After breakfast, it was time for some play. Mommy and Emma built a tall tower with colorful blocks. Emma loved to knock it down and clap her hands with joy. Next, they moved to the living room for a music session. Mommy played the piano, and Emma shook her little tambourine. They sang songs about animals and the alphabet, filling the house with cheerful melodies. The music made them so happy that they danced around the living room, twirling and laughing. Soon it was craft time. Mommy set up a little table with paper, crayons, and stickers. Emma colored pictures of flowers and butterflies, while Mommy helped her stick shiny stars onto the paper. They made a beautiful collage together, which they proudly hung on the fridge. After the arts and crafts, it was story time. Mommy and Emma snuggled on the couch with a big book. Mommy read Emma's favorite story about a brave little kitten who went on an adventure in the forest. Emma listened intently, her eyes wide with wonder. As the afternoon sun shone through the windows, it was time for a nap. Mommy tucked Emma into her cozy crib, singing a sweet lullaby. Emma drifted off to sleep, dreaming of all the fun they had that morning. When Emma woke up, refreshed and full of energy, it was time for a snack. Mommy prepared a plate of fruit slices and a cup of milk. They sat by the window watching the birds and squirrels outside while enjoying their snack. The rest of the afternoon was filled with more playtime. Mommy and Emma played with stuffed animals, pretending they were on a safari. They roared like lions and trumpeted like elephants. They also had a tea party with Emma's dolls. They served imaginary tea and cookies. As the day turned into evening, they cleaned up their toys together. Mommy showed Emma how to put the blocks back in their box and line up her stuffed animals on the shelf. It was fun to tidy up together. Dinner time arrived and Mommy made a warm, comforting meal of vegetable soup and grilled cheese sandwiches. They ate together, talking about all the things they did that day. Emma babbled happily, trying to say new words she had learned. After dinner, it was bath time. Mommy filled the tub with warm water and lots of bubbles. Emma splashed and played with her rubber ducky, giggling as Mommy washed her hair gently. After the bath, Mommy wrapped her in a soft towel. Mommy dressed her in cozy pajamas. Finally, it was time for bed. Mommy read Emma one last bedtime story about a magical moonbeam that made dreams come true. She kissed Emma goodnight, and Emma snuggled into her bed, hugging her favorite teddy bear. Mommy whispered, "Good night, my little star. Sweet dreams." As the house grew quiet, the moonlight softly lit the room. Mommy and Emma had spent a wonderful day together, filled with love, laughter, and precious moments. These moments made their bond even stronger.
Once upon a time, there was a girl named Lily. Lily loved helping others, and she dreamed of being a teacher. One bright morning, Lily woke up to the sound of her alarm clock. She stretched her arms wide and got out of bed. Today was a special day. She was going to teach little kids at school. After brushing her teeth and having a yummy breakfast, Lily dressed in her favorite blue dress and grabbed her bag full of colorful books and pencils. She waved goodbye to her mom and walked to the school with a happy skip in her step. When Lily arrived at the school, the sun was shining, and the playground was full of kids laughing and playing. She walked into the classroom and saw Mrs. Green, the regular teacher. Mrs. Green smiled warmly and said, "Welcome, Lily. The class is very excited to meet you." The classroom was bright and colorful with posters and drawings everywhere. Lily took a deep breath and introduced herself to the children. "Good morning, everyone. My name is Lily, and today we are going to have lots of fun learning English." The children clapped their hands and cheered. For their first activity, Lily had brought a big storybook. She read the story of a brave knight and a friendly dragon. The kids listened with wide eyes and big smiles. After the story, they played a game where they matched pictures with words. The children were so smart, and they learned the words quickly. Next, they sang a cheerful song about the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They sang together, and their voices filled the room like music. After that, they drew pictures of their favorite animals and learned how to spell their names. Time flew by, and soon it was lunchtime. Lily sat with the children in the cafeteria, and they enjoyed sandwiches, apples, and milk. They chatted and giggled, making new friends. In the afternoon, Lily helped the kids with a craft project. They made colorful paper flowers. The children were very creative and proud of their work. They even made a big flower for Lily to say thank you. As the school day came to an end, Lily's heart was full of joy. She loved teaching and seeing the children learn and smile. She said goodbye to each child as they left with their parents. Lily walked home with a big smile on her face. When she got home, she told her mom all about her wonderful day. Finally, Lily went to bed, feeling happy and excited about the next time she would get to teach again. And so, with a heart full of dreams and a mind full of happy memories, Lily fell fast asleep. The end.
The sun had barely started to rise when the Johnson family was already wide awake, bustling through their home with excitement. Today was beach day. Little Jimmy, with his untamed curls bouncing with every step, raced down the hallway to the sound of his older sister, Lily, humming a cheerful tune while gathering the essential sunscreen, towels, and an assortment of beach toys. Mom and Dad were in the kitchen packing a picnic basket filled with delicious treats. There were sandwiches with different fillings, fresh fruits, homemade cookies, and a big jug of lemonade. By the time everything was packed, the sky was a glorious shade of blue, promising a perfect beach day. Arriving at the beach, they found a spot near a towering blue and white striped lifeguard stand. Mom unfurled the large beach blanket while Dad anchored the umbrella firmly in the sand. The golden grains sparkled under the sunlight, and the sound of waves crashing mixed harmoniously with the laughter of nearby children. Jimmy, armed with his little red bucket and a spade, declared he was going to build the biggest sandcastle ever. Lily decided to help him, using her precise hands to make delicate turrets. While they worked on their masterpiece, Dad took out a kite from the picnic basket. Striking in reds, yellows, and blues, it danced against the sky once he set it free, and soon he was teaching Jimmy the art of kite flying. Mom, with her sun hat and sunglasses, took out her favorite book and settled under the umbrella. She delighted in watching her family playing, her heart swelling with happiness. Late morning turned into noon, and it was time for a swim. The family, now in their swimsuits, dashed towards the welcoming waves. The water was refreshing, and they spent hours splashing, floating, and riding waves. Lily showed off her impressive swimming skills, while Jimmy clung to Dad's back, giggling with glee. Once they were all tired out, they decided to have their picnic. The cool breeze and their wet hair made the fresh sandwiches and cold lemonade taste even better. They shared stories, laughed about old family jokes, and enjoyed the simple pleasure of each other's company. After lunch, they played beach volleyball. Mom and Lily teamed up against Dad and Jimmy. It was a close match, filled with high-spirited cheers and playful taunts. As the afternoon sun began to soften, they took a leisurely walk along the shoreline, collecting unique seashells and letting the warm water lap at their feet. Jimmy found a particularly beautiful shell, which he decided to keep as a treasure. Finally, as the day began to mellow into a beautiful sunset with hues of pink and orange streaking the sky, they sat down together on the beach blanket once more. Dad took out his guitar and played some of their favorite songs while they sang along. With hearts full and spirits high, the Johnson family packed up their belongings and headed back home, already talking about their next beach day. They all knew that this day, filled with simple joys and shared laughter, would be a cherished memory forever. Under the soft glow of the moonlight, two best friends, Lily and Ava, sat on a big cozy blanket in Ava's backyard. The stars twinkled like diamonds, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves. It was a perfect night for a campout. They had been friends since they were toddlers, and now, as 10-year-olds, their bond was stronger than ever. Lily, with her curly brown hair and bright green eyes, looked at Ava and smiled. Ava, with her straight blonde hair and sparkling blue eyes, returned the smile. They both felt a sense of comfort and happiness being together. Tonight, they had decided to talk about their friendship, something they cherished deeply. "Do you remember the first time we met?" Lily asked, her voice soft and filled with nostalgia. Ava nodded. "Of course, it was at the playground near our houses. You had fallen off the swings and scraped your knee. I went over to help you, and we've been inseparable ever since." Lily giggled. "I remember you gave me a big hug and shared your favorite strawberry gummy candies to make me feel better. That was the moment I knew you were special." Ava's face lit up with happiness. "And do you recall that time we got lost in the woods behind my house? We were so scared but decided to sing our favorite songs to keep our spirits up." Lily laughed. "Yeah, and then your dad found us an hour later, singing at the top of our lungs. He said he could hear us from a mile away." The girls burst into laughter, remembering their adventures and misadventures. As the laughter faded, they sat in a comfortable silence, reflecting on how much they had grown together. "You're like a sister to me, Lily," Ava said suddenly, her voice filled with emotion. "I can't imagine my life without you." Lily's eyes glistened with tears. "You're my best friend, Ava. You've always been there for me, through good times and bad. I don't know what I'd do without you either." They hugged each other tightly under the moonlight, feeling incredibly grateful for their friendship. They talked about their dreams, hopes, and plans for the future. They wanted to travel the world together, have countless more adventures, and always be there for each other. As the night grew colder, they snuggled into their sleeping bags, still talking, their conversation now softer. Like a lullaby, they made a promise to always stay friends, no matter what life threw at them. With their hearts full of love and gratitude, they eventually drifted off to sleep, dreaming of all the wonderful things to come. And so, under the blanket of stars, Lily and Ava shared a beautiful, heartfelt conversation about their cherished friendship, a story that would warm their hearts for many nights to come.